This continues my read alouds. This is chapter 10 of The War That Saved My Life by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. Up until then, that morning, I had forgotten about the bombs. They were supposed to be in London, not here at Miss Smith's house, but even so, I'd forgotten about them. You wouldn't think you could forget a thing like bombs. The squelchy feeling swirled in my stomach again. What do they mean we are now at war? I asked. Weren't we already? We're here. The government evacuated cities ahead of time, Miss Smith explained. They knew the war was coming, just not exactly when. If they knew it was coming, they could have stopped it, I said. Miss Smith shook her head. You can't stop Hitler without a fight. Don't worry, Ada. You'll be safe, and your mother will be safe, and I'm sure you're going to be able to go home soon. The way she said it, with that fake smile, told me that she was lying. I didn't know why she would lie. I hope not, I said, before I thought. I bit back my next words, which were, I'd rather be here. Miss Smith looked startled. She seemed about to say something, but before she could, Jamie began to cry. I want to go home, he said. I don't want a war. I don't want bombs. I'm scared. I want to go home. When I thought of going home, I couldn't breathe. Home was more frightening than bombs. What was Jamie thinking? Miss Smith sighed. She took her handkerchief and wiped the tears and snot off of Jamie's face. No one's asking us what we want, she said. Come, let's have something to eat. After we ate, Miss Smith sat beside the radio, looking distant and unhappy. Miss, I said, have they started bombing yet? She shook her head. Not yet. The sirens went off in London, but it was just a drill. I perched on the edge of the chair beside her. The voice on the radio droned on. Miss, I said, what are hunters? She looked up as though she were half asleep. What? I repeated the question. You said you were living off the sale of Becky's hunters. I said, I knew about selling things. There was a pawn shop in our lane, and when work at the docks were slow, women took things there. Hunters are an expensive type of horse, she said. Becky had 2 of them. Well, we could eat less, I said, Jamie and me. We're used to it. Miss Smith's gaze sharpened. Of course not, she said. Her voice took on an edge that made me swallow. You aren't to worry about that. I'll handle it. Or Lady Thornton will. You'll be looked after. It's just, you're not to worry, she said. It's a beautiful day. Wouldn't you like to play outside? Jamie was already out there. I nodded, took my crutches, and went. Butter grazed far across the field. Butter, I called, sliding over the pasture wall. He raised his head, but he didn't come to me. I lay down. The field was fascinating. Grass, dirt, flowers, little flying bugs. I rolled onto my stomach and stroked the grass, sniffed it, pulled it out of the dirt, scooted forward to examine a white flower. Eventually, I felt a whoosh of breath against my neck. I rolled over, laughing, expecting Jamie, but it was Butter. He sniffed my head, then stepped aside, grazing. I watched his feet and how he moved them and how his long yellow tail swished flies away. Boys and girls, this is where I'll stop. And I would love to, as a sort of an extra credit assignment, is to think about in your mind what butter looks like, and with whatever art materials you have, draw a picture and upload the photo to me. Share the photo with us. What do you imagine butter looks like? You don't have to draw the whole horse, just part of the horse, or what you picture when you see butter, or maybe you just want to copy and paste an image that you find on the internet.